What's good, YouTube? You see, we're here for an album review, and today we're going to go over Young Band's Before RR album. So we're just going to kind of go through everything I like and everything I dislike. We're going to go through 5 things I like and 5 things I dislike. Do our overall review at the end, and just kind of go see what we think about this album. All right, so to start with, the first 5 things that I say that I like most about this album, in no particular order, are going to be this. One, the beat selection. His beats that he picked in this album in particular are really, really good. They fit his style, they fit his genre, they fit his cadence and his flow. They're very experimental, and it gives him a lot of range, and you see a lot of depth in his style and how he raps. Because he's got some different styles and some different flows, and it's good to see him pick out nice beats. You pick out beats that mix with his style. So first one is going to be the beats. Second is going to be the experimentation, right? So he experimented quite a bit on this album. Did a little bit of singing, did a little bit of rapping, some melodic stuff like he normally would. But I like that he didn't deviate too much or anything, or go too crazy. He didn't try too hard to go in one direction, and then he didn't stay so hard bodying what we may remember him as, or have our first introduction to him was. It just kind of depends on the era of Young Bands, or any artist in particular that you meet them at. You may meet them at a particular time in their career that their sound may sound different than what they're currently at. So in this particular case, depending on when you became a Young Bands fan, his sound may sound a little different, or it could be a little bit newer to you, or kind of the same. Right. So the next thing that we've got is the album length. I think this was a really good length of songs. So he's got in total, let's see here, 15 songs. Yep. He's got in total 15 songs, right? One bonus song, so we'll say 14 plus one. And I think that's a pretty good ratio. I think that's the most that you probably want to go in a song, in my my opinion. I don't think you want to go too much further past that, because you begin to lose the listener's attention span, because people nowadays have a short attention span. So making the songs a little shorter but still having a longer album is going to kind of be contradictory. So I think about 14 15 songs at max is nice, and I like how he did this. So that's really good, right? So we're going to go on to the final one thing that I do like, and it was the video choices. So this one doesn't particularly have to do with the album so much, I guess, because it's not necessarily a song, but the videos that he picked to make, or the songs that he picked to make videos to, I think were great selections. I think the songs that he picked out were strategically picked. They were good ones to actually go with, because a lot of artists will actually just pick out songs and make videos to songs that they like, or maybe the hypest song that gets on the streaming platforms and whatnot. But the songs that he picked out for those, like what's that one song? Let's go and check it out right here. Let's go ahead and live action it. This one, Break a Bee Down. So I'm not going to play it. I don't want to have any copyright issues or anything like that. But yeah, that song in particular, the Break a Bee Down song, I think that was a good song to actually pick, just because of how catchy it is, the style of the song, the style of the video, and everything like that. It was a good song to kind of break out with and come along with that. So I think that was a good choice. That's why I say the video choices that he picked to make, for the songs, he picked a good selection. That was a good song to actually pick. So now we're moving on to the things that I dislike. So there's pros and there's always cons to everything when it comes to anything in life, and especially music. So there are some things that I dislike, right? So I touched on how I did like that he sang on some of those songs, but sometimes I don't like as much singing. I want to, if an artist is melodic like he is, I don't necessarily want them singing on the song, but I want them to be melodic on the song. I don't necessarily like a Young Thug, for example. I like that he is melodic on the song, but sometimes he sings and I don't like the singing. I like him being melodic, and that's just an example that I can think of outside of the underground sound, right? But somebody like Young Bands, and how he raps and how he makes his songs and creates his music. I do like that he tries to try different things. He can sing a little bit. I just don't like a whole lot of singing, and it's just my personal thing. It's not him. It could be any other artist. I've mentioned that a couple times, that I don't like songs as much, right? So next thing we've got after that is the old features. I noticed on this album, he's got a lot of older features. So meaning like you got a keyed feature, and then the YNW B Slime, and then YNW Melly. I was really hoping to see more of like newer, more relevant features, to be honest with you. But I mean, you know, there may be more to come. Who knows? But I was hoping to see maybe a couple more, you know, a couple different faces on there, especially with it being that there's 15 songs, because I do think he's got a good amount of features. He's got one, two, 3, 4, 5 features out of 15 songs, so that's not a bad ratio. But maybe like, I think that's a good ratio of features. I just wish the features were a little bit more relevant, and I know it's hard to say that with, you know, one of the features being deceased, RP Keyed, but yeah, I was hoping to see maybe a little bit newer, more relevant features, right? So now we're on to a third dislike. So the third dislike actually kind of piggybacks off of the second one, and I kind of already touched on it a little bit, and it was I was hoping for newer features, right? I dislike that the fact that there's older features on there, but I was hoping for newer features, meaning like I did like the fact that there was that he did have Skate Star on there, but I was hoping for more artists like that. Like I would like to have seen, let's say for example, him in a hard rock song would probably be dope, or him and Yeet would probably be a pretty cool song. I've always thought him and Nuts So Thuggin would be a good song as well, or like even like a Slime Cedo, like artists like that. I was hoping that to see a little bit more interaction there, and then maybe some other artists that, you know, I didn't mention, obviously, of course, right? All right, and so the number four thing that I kind of didn't like about this album was how long it took him to drop. I was really hoping that he'd drop something a little bit sooner, but maybe that had a lot to do with label. It could have been anything. We don't know. It could have been it could have been label stuff. It could have been personal stuff. We have no idea, right? So that one is kind of one that I threw on there, but it's hard to say because we don't know what's actually the cause of why it may have taken so long in between drops. But I'm glad that he actually did drop here soon. And then our last and final dislike, and it's not even a crazy dislike. It's just a little bit of a disappointment. I'm disappointed that there's no Plug song on there. I think Young Bands and the Plug sound, along with my sound and China's sound, that sound right there was like that was like the perfect sound. That is the exact perfect sound for like a Young Bands, the Cardis, the Uno, that whole underground scene and genre, like that whole style, like all that sound is like, I was really hoping to hear like Stupid Cool on there, hearing Mexico Dro on there. That would have been awesome. I think they should even do like a tape. That'd be pretty cool. Like a Plug and a Young Bands tape would be awesome, because that style when he does that, and that cadence, that rap style, that is, I think that's like his moniker, like his actual sound. And then he kind of uses that, and then he just kind of bridges from it, and he does the experimentational stuff that we've talked about in the video. But yeah, I'm just disappointed there was not a Plug one Plug beat on there. I was hoping for a Plug beat. That'd have been cool. But so let's do our overall rating like we normally would. And I'm glad if you stuck around for this long, I appreciate it. So now we're going to go over the songs that I actually like in here, and then we'll give it an overall rating and kind of see where it ranks up. If I were to just do it off the top of my head before we do any math, and I tell you guys what songs I like, I'd say I give it about like a 7 out of 10. I think this was a really good, solid album. But we'll kind of go over that. But let me go through the songs. So if you haven't already, like the video, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite song is, what stuff that you liked about this, what you disliked, and that type of stuff. But go ahead and interact with the video. Go ahead and hit that like button, like I say, subscribe, all that, send that to your friend. But let's go ahead and get into it, and let me tell you which songs I like. So first off, we've got Shred It, Forever Flawless, The Best, What's the Name, Pass Her Off, Break a B Down 2, Let Me Know, Hard Being Me, Bulletproof, right? So how many songs is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs out of 15, right? That's a pretty solid ratio. I think that's one on the higher end of ratios that we've had on the channel. So let's go ahead and see what that breaks down to being. And whoops. So yeah, so that will put them around like a 0.6, right? So about a 6, like a solid 6. And like I said, I give them a solid 7, like a good strong 7. 7 because I'm including the video, the rollout. The album cover is actually pretty dope. It's pretty sweet. If you actually see, I mean, that's pretty sweet. At first, when I first saw it, I knew it was called Before RR, and I was looking, I was like, that's crazy. Look at those wings on it. And I realized, oh, that's 2 hours. Stupid me. But yeah, this is a solid album. I'm glad to see he's back out there, you know, making music, putting stuff out. He's being active. He's got videos and whatnot. I'm really hoping to see how he kind of grows and, you know, continue to grow from here, see what his trajectory is going to look like. He does have the opportunity to kind of still make music, put his make a name for himself and get himself out there and be the artist and the star that I'm sure that he wants to be and he can be. You know, I've personally hung out with bands. I've been with them in person numerous times. I've recorded them. I actually recorded Dresser. I've been around him. He's a great dude, great guy. Aside from all the, you know, the crazy, stupid little petty beef we had years ago when we were a lot younger, I really want to see the best for him, right? So let's go ahead and get to the overall, my overall synopsis of this album. Overall, in my personal opinion, and like my last remarks to this would be is like I just said, I hope the best for him. I wish the best, and I hope he continues to make music and continues to drop fire like this, because I really enjoyed this album. This was like the first album in quite some time from any artist that has just, I was like, this is impressive. This is a good album. This is how you put something out. This is a good quality album. Next is I think because of the time frame of him like cooling off, and I noticed that he wasn't putting out much, and now that he's put stuff out, maybe there's a label change going on. Because I know, actually, if you take a look, if you notice down here, I noticed this right here. That is a new label from like his previous labels, if I recall correctly. I haven't kept up with that, like, you know, people's labels and whatnot. It's not really a thing of mine, but I did notice that because I always scroll down and see where artists, you know, who are, when they put out music, who they're signed to and what they post. I noticed that was a little bit different, so maybe that's why we're getting a lot more music, and that's great. So maybe he's out of a contract that we, you know, maybe that was why we didn't get as much music or videos and whatnot. But I'm glad to see that he's a lot more active and he's putting stuff out there, and we're hoping, you know, I'm hoping to see where he goes from here. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, that's really it, man. I wish the best success for Young Bands. This is a really good album. This is a good example of how you put out an album, put some videos out there, and just put it all together. I think he's really doing a good job. It kind of seems like maybe he might be going through a rebrand process, and we're actually going to talk about stuff like that on the channel as well in the future. I'm dropping gems, guys. I need y'all to leave a like, a comment, something. Y'all gotta put something out there for me, you know, show me some love. But yeah, that's it, man. I don't want to keep too much time, take up too much of you guys' time. That's it. We're gonna keep it kind of short, simple, and sweet. Hopefully this is a little short, simple, and sweet video. But yeah, so Young Band's album, Before RR, like I say, 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section, and just, you know, what's your favorite song on here? What's your favorite beat? What album do you want to see me do a review for next? And yeah, we're just going to kind of, you know, go from here. We'll meet back next week and we'll go from there. All right, peace.